Welcome to Surf Dudes with Attitude, a podcast about California dreams, the season 3 finale. My name is Pete from New York City. Hello, gentlemen.
Hello. We're doing it. I'm so excited that we're here. We're once again joined by two great guests.
So
Honestly,
great.
you guys might be the biggest supporters of this show at this point.
By sheer numbers, I think that's true. And we're so happy to have George back in studio, finally getting to meet our two special guests, Imran and Sophia. Thank you so much for coming back on from Dance of Joy podcast.
Listen, one TV rewatch podcast to another. We got to support each other. Otherwise, who else is going to listen to each other's shows? That's all I'm saying.
Absolutely. So happy to have you.
I think we just canceled each other out of the rewatch. This is pretty much our first time ever seeing this. We did a Perfect Strangers side project a couple fortnights ago, and these two were just so great that we had to subject them to our show just to show them how good that they had it for like a whole couple of years with their show.
Oh, yeah.
And we're like, you know what? We know the perfect episode for you, and we're going to save the best for last. This is the season 3 finale called Tiffany's Gold.
I am just glad that this gets right back into it and we get another episode full of music and band related.
Yeah.
Hey, listen, they talked about it in this one, which is closer
they
They
were
were
than
holding. They were
Yeah.
holding
Central to
instruments.
the
I was a
story.
little disappointed. They didn't play any fake music, but whatever.
It was a central part of the storyline.
I mean, they did
Yeah.
talk about being in a band, so that is honestly one of the check marks that we sometimes don't even get on this show. So just quickly, what have you two heard of this show before? We emailed you and we're like, hey, we do this shit.
I have a confession.
Okay.
This whole time we've known y'all, which has been a few weeks now, I did not remember this show or have any recollection of it. I'm like, what is this show? But when I went to watch this episode, I somehow knew the theme song and all the
Okay.
words.
No.
Wait, at
way.
what
I love
point?
that.
At what point
And
did
was
it come
singing
back?
along right away
Okay.
from the first line. I sang along. So obviously I knew it at one point, but
Mhm.
beyond the theme song, I don't think I remembered anything.
I remember
But it was
this
like
show.
one of those things that just I was singing along right away.
I absolutely had vague memories of this show.
So
But-
did you stick around after Saved by the Bell to see this show?
Yes, I
teeter
think.
off? That had to be it.
Yeah, I think that's how I stumbled on this show. If it was, I mean, I was big into Saturday morning everything growing up, like
Yeah.
whatever was showing when they had cartoons and these fun shows.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, I think it was the lead-in, and I think they used the same Max set from the Saved by the Bell. So
We have some theories,
so-
yes.
save some money there. It's fine. Bring in the next cast. Cut. Bring in the next guys. So I do remember this show, and I remember it kind of just being real goofy and the fake playing of the instruments. I have memories of that.
Do you remember it being so heavily invested in the topic of drug use among teens?
I did not. I feel honored to be on the very special episode of California
Very
Dreams.
special episode. It's a very special
Yeah.
episode.
I'd say
Well,
that,
we
but
had
we've had about 3 or 4 this season, so.
So
Yeah,
There was
wasn't
a
he, like,
similar
trying to-
story on Saved by the Bell, wasn't there, with Jesse?
Yeah,
Yeah.
well,
I
Yeah,
think
yeah.
you'll find that there are many similar stories on Saved by the Bell.
yeah, they
It
take
feels like
the old
this show
script, they
just
change out the names and,
yeah,
and
quite literally.
slightly
Bring in
modify
the
the
next
story.
group. Bring in
Yeah.
the next group.
Yeah.
Cut.
So
the speed is now Roids. Her name is now Tiffany. Roll camera.
I'm sure you guys are going to get into it, but before I duck out, like that, this was like meant to be the first episode of the 3rd season, right?
You think so?
It,
What
it
gives
would
you-
have to be. Like they had to have shot this out of order because, I mean, I know that it aired last in the original run, but none of them are together in this episode.
No, that's true. We'll talk about that, but that would be. I
Oh.
love this idea where the first we see of Lorena and Mark is this episode.
Yeah,
That's a rough
I just
opening.
want to point
That's
out
what-
that like someone saw this episode and went, wait. This is too good to lead off with.
Yeah.
We need to save this for the last episode because it's so good.
I mean, somebody felt very strongly about this, and so they wanted to end on a high note. I don't see anything wrong with that, George. It's
You
not
know
broke,
what I
don't
think?
fix.
As you're saying that, it makes me think too. It's like in that same boardroom, all of those people
Marriott
were
conference room.
definitely snorting cocaine, coming up with these ideas, thinking it's a great idea, but they're making an episode about the negative impact of roid rage. I don't know. To me, it's just like a really funny. Those were the people, the coked up executives that thought this show was a good idea are
So
the
they were-
people who are telling me I shouldn't do steroids.
They were partying on the coke and went, oh shit, we forgot to write the episode. Okay, let's
if we
grab
get
the
to do the
caffeine
drugs?
pill Saved by the Bell episode and change
Yes.
some shit around, and we can keep snorting some coke.
Yeah,
See,
that
I
was
thought
this
it was,
time.
I thought it was something I thought they had like a roulette wheel basically, and they get to spin what episode it's going to be about, what drug it's going to be about, and they're like, "Fuck!" Like bottom of the barrel, we get steroids, you know. So they
Or
had to kind of go with it.
It's not
Or
it's
it's
not
like
just
a
a little
big
wheel
wheel
though. It's
that's
like the Price is
called
Right wheel. They're doing
Yeah,
yeah. But the wheel is called a very special episode topic. and
Yes.
they just-
There's a
they
very
just like
special
spin
episode.
it.
So it's either like sexual
like-
assault
and
or
all the
predators or
shows.
drugs.
It's
They
just
had to
one
dust
wheel
this
that
one
all
off.
the different writers groups get to
Yeah.
use.
I mean, but
Like think of how much fun that'd be. You and a bunch of executives in a boardroom snorting tons of coke, spinning this huge wheel. I can see why so many people were drawn to this lifestyle. Why these shows were so popular. I get it. It must have been a lot of fun.
It's like TV Mad Libs. You just fill and put the words in there.
Yeah.
Put a noun in here. Put a character's name. There you go.
I think I might. So if I'm hearing this correctly, I'm the only one that's probably watched this entire show as a kid. I don't think I knew about steroids maybe before this episode aired. So I was probably in the prime demographic to get me early before I really started talking or thinking about taking some kind of testosterone therapy.
But what
Did
if
it
it
as a
backfired?
Is this
You know,
before
did it
or after
scare you?
I
the
mean, I
series
would have looked
over?
fucking sick. You know, the craziest, most ironic part of the show is that like how ripped Tony and Sly are as fucking
And they don't do roids.
teenagers.
You tell yes.
But
They're not the ones on
other
roids?
side is I'm thinking, oh, actually, on the other hand, they do look fucking sick with their shirts off. So
Dude,
are
Michael
these
Caine
teenagers
has
so
like an
jacked?
insanely low amount of body fat on this. Like I actually counted. He's got a 10-pack in this. It is like
that's-
nuts. Like
None
no
of
wonder
the
why the guy
men
was taking
look
his shirt
like-
off every chance he got.
They don't look like teenagers. None of them.
so it's okay to ogle at them. That's the moral of this episode. Well, either way, we really appreciate you guys coming back for this. We're gonna get into it. We're gonna celebrate the end of season 3 with y'all. It's because it's been a fucking wild ride this season. James, are you ready? You ready to do this?
Yes, I am so ready to do this.
Let's rip this shit up.
You know, we don't often get a special episode like this, but this episode was very special. And it's special from the opening shot. I'm just going to share my screen here. I want you to look at this impressive Dutch angle that we've got going on with the tape. This is the artsiest camera work I have seen on this show the entire series. It doesn't make sense. Why is it now? Why are they starting now?
I love that. I did write that down. I was like, why are they so close to me? This is
and
so
later
odd.
later in the scene, like why just how they're configured. They've never done this before
Never done
ever.
this before.
And so they saved it. That's how we know it's going to be a special episode. But anyways, Pete,
It's
take,
like
where do we-
Batman 66 and they go in the villain's lair.
Exactly.
It's
Yeah.
amazing.
It's
It's a
very
creative
artsy,
life.
like Buffalo 66 as well. Do you think that they framed it this way so they should have errant people in the background just passing volleyballs back and forth to each other, practicing some kind of drill? Do you
Oh.
I
think?
guess it's gotta. They had the room in the center of that set for a reason.
Yes.
I don't know if we see any of that per
Maybe
se.
something that was cut.
It's such we've never seen artsy,
Really?
composed shots. Like
Context.
they're really pulling out all the stops for this very special episode.
Okay, you two should know this is a place called Sharky's. If this hasn't dislodged in your brain, Sophia, this is kind of like their Max. We usually always start there, And that's where we start in this episode. And like a lot of other episodes, we see a poster on the wall, which is the plot narrative that what's going to happen. So I guess
Oh,
it happens like with a spring dance, with Battle of the Bands, with a fucking motorcycle race. Like it's literally always there. You can count on it. You can fucking dial your watch to it. But I was curious, James, like I thought I thought this was like a big volleyball tournament was coming up, but it's not. It's just what? It's
The
tryouts?
tryouts.
It's the tryouts
it's
to
the
the
national
state team.
Yeah.
That's
National.
correct. It's
Yeah.
okay.
It's the national team, right?
National Volleyball Team Tryouts. Oh,
And
national.
they're trying out high school kids.
So
For
Gotta
the
get 'em
national
young.
This
team.
Gotta get 'em when
at
they're
this
young.
particular high school.
it's the
Exactly,
under
yeah.
18 Olympic demographic. It's kind of like Mighty Ducks too, when they have a
Yeah.
specific Olympic team just for children.
Yeah, it's like Mighty Ducks 2, but lame.
Yeah.
Mighty
no
Ducks
ice
2
on it.
was a fun movie with character arcs and context and you know, a story that made some kind of sense. This show not so much. But yeah, so they're everyone's in the cafeteria here. We find out that Tiffani is trying out for this team and she's
Mhm.
having a hard time. She's up against some of the best competitors in the state, city. I don't know. They never really explain that.
They don't
But-
explain it.
She's working with the coach and the coach is driving her pretty hard, but she's
Mhm.
just not making the mark. And everyone's like, "All right, well, don't worry about it. You'll do fine."
Well, of course, she's not making them. She's always been short, okay. And if you two had a burning question, I'm about to tell you, we have never heard of Tiffani being on the volleyball team before this.
I-
Oh,
Oh,
That's what I was gonna ask.
this is never
We'll
been
never
brought up.
hear about it
That's
again.
out of-
Yeah.
I see.
What was your?
And
What
I
was your
guess
sorry,
part of the
Sophia, what was your,
tryouts.
Yeah.
what
I
was
was
your
gonna
first
ask.
impression? What was your first impression? Had you remembered this? Could
No,
you
I
feel the
don't
tension?
remember. I mean, well, they set up the tension pretty fast, but yeah, I was wondering, is this Tiffani character, is the volleyball thing like a known thing? Is she always playing volleyball?
No.
She's pretty like skinny and
Yeah.
weakly to be a realistic volleyball player. Like she's a stick. Like volleyball players have some kind of muscle and stuff.
Yes. Yeah. So can you guess, Imran, what instrument that she's supposed to play if you were to see a band play in this
Oh
episode?
man,
Bass.
her. I mean, any kind of guitar type instrument
Tambourine.
would be huge. She would just fall over the minute you put it on her. So I'm thinking keyboards,
Maracas.
or
Keyboard,
like
okay.
a triangle, or a tambourine, or something
It's
like that.
surprising. It's the heftiest of string instruments in a
Bass.
regular band. It's the bass. It's the bass
Yeah.
guitar.
How
one
does
where
she stand up and play
Well,
bass
she
guitar?
never actually plays past the
She
seventh
only
fret
plays one
because she
note.
would
Yeah,
tip
she just
over.
plays one note the whole time. That's how she does it.
Boom, boom, boom,
That's
boom.
it.
She-
That's
she-
you got
yeah.
it. That's
So
how
you
she
know
does
what?
it.
Her being skinny is fine because clearly in the background, part of the tryouts is just gently tossing the ball back and forth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you know,
A
it's
short
just over.
distance. Yeah.
These are the best athletes in the
Yeah.
tri-state area.
In
It's just
the
lob.
nation.
Yeah.
Do
They
you-
live
okay.
and breathe this.
Nationwide.
So we hear in this scene that Tiff's dad is taking her to the nationals, but James and I know that because her dad has to take her because her mom abandoned her when she was 10 years old.
Perfect.
Oh.
That's perfect that you brought this up, Pete, because I have so many thoughts here that are important, and I don't know if either of them are aware of it. So,
Well, yeah, I think we should tell Imran and Sophia that James has had a long-running theory. He was on an episode of our first season, an episode of the second season, and all through with us on the third season are here, Surf Dudes with Attitude, that Tiffani is this boiling mercury in the bottom of a thermometer about to explode because of all her pent-up rage because of her abandonment issues. And like this one, I gotta tell you, dude, like you the fucking soothsayer over there, you called this.
what can I say?
That would explain why the roid rage hit so
So fast.
Very quick.
Yes.
Very
for
quick.
one day.
Exactly.
She got no muscles,
How much-
but she got all the other aspects.
So I could tell the first episode that I was on was the episode about her abandonment issue with her mom.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is giving me school shooter vibes. She is the kind of person that'll repress this rage
Yeah.
until it boils
Till
over,
she gets her
given
hands
some
on some
catalyst. In this episode,
steroids.
it's steroids.
Yes.
But I am just, I feel so vindicated right now because that no one wanted to hear that opinion. Everyone was like, Tiffani, she's such a sweet little girl. But I could tell there was rage bubbling under. So that is an important context, I guess, to take with us as this episode evolves. It may have surprised you, her behavior. Didn't surprise me.
No, that makes sense now. Because she like instantly just goes Hulk Hogan on everybody. Like, I'm like, did an hour pass since she took that? How much time is passing in this show?
And
She developed quite a dependency in 20 minutes.
I think it would have been funny if they did put an actual mustache on her. It lost opportunity there
That's it's
for realism.
It would have been too comical. They were trying to keep it very super serial. For
Oh.
this.
Yeah, you could have airbrushed some abs or some like tone just to show
Reinforce it a bit.
Acne or
Yeah.
something.
Chunks of
yeah.
hair coming out. Yeah.
Yeah. Breakout and pimples would have been another way to show it.
Anyway, so we're back at Sharky's. We can see that Tiffany's about to explode. She's been repressing her rage her entire life. And it's about
But
to. We can see the subtle
she's just
foreshadowing.
very
We see it
stressed
coming.
out because she really wants to get on this team.
But-
all right.
But after she has to go off to more training, the B plot emerges in this episode, which is exceptionally dumb. Okay.
Yes.
So I don't even remember how it happens, but the guys basically enter into a bet that
They're
they
just
could.
shit talking about who could snag more women or something, and then of course they come up with this inane plot. Now, Joe's brought up something earlier, which is interesting. Technically, Lorena, the spicy Latina, and Jake,
Yeah.
the motorcycle guy,
Yeah.
are supposedly a couple, and Sam, who is one of the keyboard players, and Tony, the drummer, are a couple as well, but not in this fucking episode. And
Yo,
Sam-
Jake's making out with like all the girls, and he's
Joe
got
gets
like a harem
syphilis, right?
following
Can
him.
we just agree he
For
is
sure.
with a lot of
For
people,
sure.
probably
Yeah.
unprotected for
Yeah.
this the entirety of this
100%.
episode.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
this kind of happens randomly where they aren't going out because the plot kind
Wow.
of calls for it. But this is the biggest disregard because Sam and Tony have always been like pretty tight. So this would
Wow.
have been jarring to me as a child. If you guys want to take a moment and kind of think and reflect about it, that's okay too, because that's what we're here
Confusing.
for.
Which one's Tony?
Tony is the black guy, the probably the
Yeah.
best
Oh,
actor on the
Tony.
show. He usually
I
gets
was-
caught up in this comedic reliefs subplots.
I was confused if he
That's
works
Tony.
there and he goes to school with
Yeah.
them.
Well,
And
okay.
he's
that's
clearly
I'm so yeah. This
These
is
are
great.
the-
We're getting all
there.
this. We're
Of all
getting
of
It's a
them.
high school job.
Yeah,
Somebody
okay,
works with
okay,
the
yes,
No,
it
boys.
is.
it's not.
It is.
We
It
think
is his
this-
high school job, but I have a theory here that he also owns this place because they're in it all hours.
That's
like
well,
it
not only
doesn't.
that,
It's like he has a set of keys,
Yeah.
and
he
if
does have a set of keys.
if he's
Sharky-
working there, he's like the tippy top manager of this place.
Or like his dad owns
listen,
it.
listen, Sharky left, and he did basically bestow it to Tony because the evil developer came in and they were going to lose Sharky's, and they had to raise $500 to get Sharky's back. So it did kind of go to Tony in that instance last season.
So this high school kid is now in charge of, owns, and is running this diner.
We think so. It's not a
Okay.
diner. We think it's a school cafeteria because it's attached
Oh.
to the school.
Wait,
yeah.
this is in the school? I thought this was like a outside.
We thought so too, and we
location.
even asked some of the cast members, and they're just like, "Dodge, dodge, dodge." We're not going to answer that.
It's very vague. Is this like I
Hmm.
always
I
thought
will
this
tell you,
was the
it says right
cafeteria?
in this episode, right? This fucking episode, he's like, "What time is it?" She's like, "It's 2:00." It's
Yeah,
2:00.
I'm
That's
What are you doing?
fucking school time. They're there. So unless it's Saturday or Sunday, because it's definitely not the fucking summer, they're there. It's during school time. It's on school property, and I'm sick of everyone lying to us about it.
It's an amazing hangout spot. I mean, they got arcade machines in the back. I was like, this place.
Those
rules.
arcades
I mean,
leave. They fucking leave with no
Oh, they
trace whenever
do?
there's a show. Yeah, they put the stage up there with.
It's a
Oh, they put the
multi-purpose
stage back
space.
there. I see.
They've hosted music events there. They've hosted charity events there. It's basically
the
like
Heritage
the
Society
entire
came there too.
the entire town uses this high school cafeteria store restaurant that's may or maybe not connected to the school as
Tony is his
the
own
town
Russian.
hall.
If I was watching this as a kid, I think I would just grow up believing that like high schools in California were like that.
That's
Yeah,
that's
super
what we
cool.
thought. I still think that to
Oh.
this day.
I'd buy it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd buy it.
So I had a question here, James. Because this dumb subplot is happening. Mark, for some reason, is in it. Because come on, this kind of like when Chris Farley and Patrick Swayze went up against each other in the SNL bit. Like, why is Mark even in this fucking thing? But whatever. One of the last episodes, Mark said he had dates for the next 5 months because he was giving away free guitar lessons. So, but all of a sudden, now he's single and he can't find a girl.
Yeah, this episode definitely was meant to go earlier in the season for sure.
You can't have a stud off with 2 people.
Yeah.
You need at least 3.
Who is a stud? Sophia, who was a stud here? Is the only female identifying on this podcast?
Oh boy, no pressure. I don't know these guys. This is my introduction to all of these dudes, so no comment. I don't know who's the stud.
I
here.
mean, you saw Sly's body.
I saw
Come on.
Sly's.
He's
tank
ripped.
top. Yeah. Yeah, I think.
Plus, is that hygienic to walk into the cafeteria without a shirt on? Who's what? Come on.
Love that they're
His
just
friend
calling it
owns the
cafeteria
place.
now, James.
His friend
That's
owns the
great.
place. It's no big deal.
They make food there. Put a shirt on.
I did want to
This
say.
is not.
I did want to say when Mark had a good line here. He's like, classically trained musicians have to fight the women off, which is categorically untrue. Somebody that's in a classically trained band, it's true. So we're gonna go to a new set after Sharkies, after they hatch this whole stud off, and
now we get a nice little nod to Porky's.
Oh my God! Yes,
this is a new set we've never seen before. We have heard Sam talking about the locker room and a peephole in the beginning of the second season, so this is a small bit of continuity there.
So that's the people to the dudes' locker room.
I guess.
Locker room.
It doesn't make any sense because the door is opening right there. So
Yeah, so
I
that
don't
would
know
be
how
like
that
a
works.
hallway or
Just
something.
the legacy of Porky's, though. I love that it lived on through the 80s and 90s, and it was still
and
okay.
I like how they've turned it around. So now it's the girls looking at the guys.
Yes,
they're
it's
really
flipped. It's progressive.
Yeah, they're really breaking the mold here.
But there's essentially a glory hole in their high school.
Yep,
locker
that's
room.
exactly what it is. That is exactly what it is. Yeah.
Wow.
And then we this scene is hilarious because they're peeping on the guys and that's a whole funny little bit. But then the coach comes in, and this coach means business.
She's riding her hard.
Now I have some thoughts on this coach, especially when they reveal their true I guess what's the word I'm looking? Qualifications to be training Tiffani and pushing Tiffani as hard as they are. But for right now, this coach is coming off pretty hard on a high school student, trying to get this one high school student to make the team. I guess the room full of other people that could have made the team weren't good enough. She wants Tiffani on there. There's some weird dynamic here. I'm not quite sure what it is.
Is she the main villain in this episode?
It kind of. She's really pushing it.
Okay,
but then we get
but then the stakes get raised by the band as well.
That's true, but James, I had something to. You might remember that coach. She looks exactly like Tiff's mom.
Is it the same actress?
You see the early episode, she resembles her mom, and I'd like to think that the writers put that in to be like, I want to really impress this woman. But Tiff's been on this team for fucking 2 years now. And it's like, that's not good enough for your coach to just be like, I believe in you. You should do stuff like that.
She's so direct. She's just like, you're short, get taller, and get better. That's all you got to do.
It's a strange dynamic. Yeah, it's a real strange dynamic.
I don't know if that's good coaching, but
it's terrible coaching. Especially, and again, we're gonna put a pin in this because we'll talk about what gets revealed later. But this obvious narc, this FBI agent who's
who's that woman? This is a grown woman.
That is an FBI agent. That lady works for the FBI.
Like 35 years old, pretending to be a high school girl.
Yes, 21 Jump Streeting Tiffani right now.
FBI agent, 100%. That's what's going on here.
What you going to do? Take roids? Well, why'd you bring that up? Why are you
fellow high school students? Do you know where I can get roids?
Some right there. Then she should have been like, I have some right here.
She's got a sample pack.
It's hilarious. That was hilarious. I was like,
that's entrapment, by the way.
Yeah, I was like, there's some weird situation. 21 Jump Street, yeah, for sure.
There's also only like 10 lockers in this thing, so they're all doing musical chairs for like this scarce amount of spots on this team and for the lockers here. So
Nah, there's plenty of lockers, there's plenty of lockers in there. Quit knocking on the lockers.
Yeah.
All right,
They
that's
can
the
share the lockers.
most believable
There's
part
more
of the
lockers
scene.
on our side beyond the fourth wall.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
more over
There's
here.
a
Exactly.
locker room on the over
you
here.
guys are narcs too. I don't want to hear it.
Yeah. So, anyways, we're done with that scene. Then they
We go
Oh,
back
wait,
to
Hey, shut
I
up.
want to
Sharky's.
say something about that scene. The coach
Yeah, sure.
also, you might not have noticed this as gentlemen, but the coach also had her hair done in this very, like, what year was this episode?
Oh, that's like a French braid, right? She got like a
No,
French
it's
braid.
like that thing where you flip the
The
ponytail
Topsy
into
twirl? Topsy twirl?
inside
Topsy
itself.
twirl.
Yeah. Is that what it's called? Yeah.
Yes.
I haven't seen that in ages, but
The
it
great
was,
80s bangs, though, also,
was-
90s
Yeah.
bangs.
it was good.
I looked her up. She was mainly a small actress in the 90s, did a lot of single episodes. She only did about like 25 things and retired in like 2005. So, in case anybody was wondering, 'cause she wasn't a great
I was-
actress. So,
I was wondering if she had done anything else. I was like, I hope she
we
had
have
a
a
career.
huge
after that.
cameo in this episode coming up in this next scene, though. So
Yes.
I didn't know it until I looked at some of the comments. But so we're back at Sharky's for this flush trade subplot. And so I guess one of the first addendums on this stud contest is to go pick up this random girl who's just fucking by herself trying to study, and they
This-
each kind of take a
Christy.
shot. Christy, who was played by do you know that now?
I didn't know. Here's the great thing about your show is YouTube comments are very informational, and I had no idea until I scrolled, and I was
Same.
like, "That was Fergie from the Black Eyed Peas. Get the fuck out of here! This is amazing."
That's Fergie.
And yeah, it's
maybe.
her.
Fergie.
Wow.
I guess, and George just mentioned she was in Kids Incorporated before this, which was a huge show when I was growing
Oh.
up. So
Mhm.
Oh yeah.
I guess that's where they farm talent back there in the Mickey Mouse Club. So,
yeah.
But
so,
how old? She definitely was not high school age in this.
But
nobody
she looks
was.
pretty young though.
Nobody was.
Nobody was.
So I guess
She looks
Tony, then Sly, and then Mark each get rejected from this girl. Right? Do we need to talk about any of this, James? Or we
Sure
are we-
don't. We sure don't.
Sure don't. And then Jake comes in and kind of goes in for the kill, not even trying. So I
Yeah,
did
but
love.
this is again like the really annoying part about this being this episode is that we've literally gone through this season an entire story arc of multiple members of the band getting into relationships with other people in the band.
Yep.
Like it's been multiple episodes. It's honestly some of the most continuity we've seen out of this show.
Oh,
And then there's this episode where it's
throw
like
it out the window.
none of that has happened. And like I would like to say that this is like a rare thing that happens when watching this show, but every episode of this show takes place in a fugue state.
Yeah.
So like how the other ones piece together might not make sense, and this one just really doesn't make sense because Lorena isn't even like she has zero reaction to. I don't know. It's just a stunning lack of continuity.
And
I know this was a special episode, but I feel like they could have put it somewhere else,
I thought it was unclear as an outsider, not having seen any of the rest of anything. It was not clear to me that this guy Jake was part of the friend group and part of the band.
Oh, that he was.
I
No,
thought
he's in the
he was
band.
like the antagonist or like the bully and these guys
Oh.
were all like that guy Jake is the hot guy, and but then I kept going back and forth. I was like, wait a minute, are they friends with him or are they not friends?
yes. Well, that's a
All right,
great.
so
That's
he's in the
very
band with
astute.
Yeah,
It's a
interesting.
good point because Jake is kind of the loner. He came in, everybody thought he was a bully, but he actually wrote some like pretty wussy songs. So they're like, "Hey, you should be in our band." And he plays lead guitar. He's never learned a chord in his life. He just plays the lead very poorly. We've had him on the podcast, and we like demanded some answers from him.
Oh wow.
No, really?
Yeah, and he's
How
cool.
many-
He's cool about it now, but some of the souls are inexcusable, sir.
You know he's the cool guy because he's got the leather jacket on.
I
Right.
know.
Yeah,
You
for
don't want to
sure.
be taken that way.
He's like
He's
the
the
Fonzie.
AC Slater
Yes.
of his
Yeah,
of
yeah,
his,
exactly. There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
world.
But he doesn't want any part of these reindeer games, basically. He's like, leave me out of this shit plot. I'm gonna just be cool over here. And that's it. He's like this mini Fonz character, for better or
Yeah.
worse. But well, at the end he does kind of come back together as the band, because Tiffani, if you didn't know, he was with her for the entirety of the first season, basically. And they had a bad breakup. But again,
That they
it's-
never referenced again.
yeah, they
And
did the same
moving
thing.
forward.
They would be together for an episode, not together for a couple episodes. They were an incredibly toxic couple, but they never explained if they were together or not.
Watching this TV show makes me feel like the main character from Memento.
You have to remember backwards.
I
That's
need
what
to
happened 5
tattoo this
seconds
shit
ago.
on my skin just to remember.
Yeah.
What's distracting for me is the shot you have, the vest with the no shirt. Was that a thing? The
was a
kids
thing.
do that,
It
and
was
I don't
very-
remember that being.
I think it was a thing.
Very 90s.
During that time for sure.
It's going to come back too. So you keep that vest in the closet.
Oh,
It's
boy.
going to come back.
I will dust
James,
it off.
I really like this. The idea. So Sophia brought it before. Like the band now kind of gets on Tiffani about being on the team as well,
Oh.
and they're like, "Do you know how much publicity we would get if you make this national team?" You know, and like out of nowhere, fucking Sly's like,
yeah,
"We're
you
gonna-"
gotta make the team.
yeah, and Sly's like, "We're gonna go on a world tour." Like it's just A equals B equals C equals success kind of thing.
Yeah,
So
Yeah, this doesn't really track, but sure.
And
I
nobody
just-
even pushes back. They're all like, "Yeah,
Yeah, I
immediately
love
they're like,
that. It's
Tiffani,
great.
you have to
Yeah.
make the team.
Yep.
Yes, we
you
need
must
to
make the team, Tiffani."
we need to exploit you.
it's
Yeah.
her
No matter
dream,
what
We
guys,
haven't
okay?
made music in months, but let's go on a world tour. Yes, this band is important, even though we never talk about it
We
anymore.
never talk about it. We never hear Tiffani talk about volleyball until this episode, but this is her dream to do. And because she wants to do it so bad that she actually asks Sly, I mean, she asked Sly, "Do you know somebody that can get me roids?" And Sly would be the person that I would ask. He is.
Yeah,
he-
is Sly the drug guy in the group? Like
Yeah,
Sly would be
do
the guy.
you
if
think
he
he's
saw- I
in the
know that.
band? Answer that.
Yes.
Sly?
Yes.
I assume they were all in the band. Yes.
Is he like the manager or
He's the
something?
manager.
Yep, that's
Yeah.
exactly
He's
right.
The manager.
And
He's a-
okay,
He
I
knows,
don't
he knows a
think
guy.
I don't think Sly wouldn't be the drug guy,
No.
but Sly would be the guy who knew the drug guy.
Okay.
Yes.
I know a guy who knows a guy.
I-
This is all Sly's fault, by the way. You could just be like, "No, I'm not gonna get you any of this." But he
Yeah,
wants
but
the
he's
promotion.
blinded
He
by the
wants the
thought of a
promotion.
world tour and getting babes
Yeah.
in different countries. So how do you
Sly
blame him?
Sly sees dollar signs and nothing will stand in his way. So
Yeah.
He's like, "Here's all the drugs. Just take us there. Go."
Who-
basically,
who, do,
yeah.
James, who do you think he actually knows? Who in Sly's life do you think he knows? Like one of the surfer, like the stoner surfer dudes?
No. For steroids, it would have to be like some guys from
God.
Muscle Beach,
Mm.
or
think he knows a
or
veterinarian that is like a
maybe
little
yeah,
on
like
the take?
yeah,
Alright.
maybe like his cousin's a veterinarian, or like
Mark,
like somebody another cousin, a cousin who isn't a high school student, but or has some kind of weird relative that has some kind of
It could be
ability
an
to
old
acquire that.
senile pharmacist at the local pharmacy who doesn't like
Exactly,
check
yeah.
papers, and I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh.
He knows somebody.
Sly would be the kind of person to develop that kind of a relationship for sure.
So we do an odd thing right here where we do a time jump. They don't actually say it, but it sounds like they do actually say, I'm sorry, we do a time jump here, which is very rare in this show. And they say something like it's been a week, basically, right? Did everybody get that?
Oh
Well,
no, I didn't. But
So
that's
we're still at Sharky. We'll go to Sharky's, and you can tell because we left Sharky's and we're back at Sharky's. So there is a time jump. People are wearing different outfits, and Tiff is fucking already brimming. Like it's another drop in the bucket, and Tiff is fucking ready to boil over. Okay.
That also
So-
means they paused the stud competition for a week for some
For a
reason.
week.
yeah, no,
That's
for
true.
sure. They had to
Why
time
isn't
it
this
out.
wrapped up already?
Yeah, they had to time it out, so it worked with
This is
her
a
meltdown.
great-
They
They
timed
had
it with
to
her meltdown.
tally the scores from the first round.
Oh,
This is a
that's how
mega
long it took. I see.
marathon,
A
ultra
while.
marathon.
But they're all sitting at the table, and somebody wants to open the window. Jake tries and fails, and then Tiffani gets up and just pushes that window open. It's amazing it didn't break, and everyone's like shocked at this crazy thing that she did opening this window. But it was the beginning. It was the beginning of the end because she was starting to fall apart. Here's where she started to fall apart.
Well, she
It would have
has
been great if she
hot
just
flashes
punched the
too.
window out.
Yeah, that would have been a better. That would have been a better
Just
kind of
just
gag.
punch. Just look at me open this. Bam. Just punch the window out. It would have been hilarious. She's got a cast on her arm.
But and then Tiffani finds out she's just in time for, I guess, the next week. It took them a week to prepare for this round of the good looking guy contest where they do the costumes or the outfits.
Oh, also,
And-
is it Sam who does the really bad Arnold Schwarzenegger?
Yeah.
Yes. Oh,
line?
it's
Wow.
horrible.
She
Horrible.
also calls Sly a dill weed.
Oh, you're
Yep.
a dillweed.
Dill
That's a whole
weed
thing,
in the
yep.
beginning.
I almost thought she was going to call him
Whatever
a
that
dick
means.
right there. Like
They also call Sly rat face and
Oh.
rodent. They always come up with like rodent
Oh, he is
themes.
kind
Oh, they
of
said
rodent.
ferret-like in this episode too.
Oh yes,
Did
they
you see
call
that?
parrot like. I would think Sly will be the one taking drugs with all this abuse.
Seriously.
Okay, so the stud contest commences to the second round, and Tony, Sly, and Mark walk in. Who the fuck is whooping for Mark? Okay, he's already leaving for last.
First of all, he's covered in. He's wearing a tuxedo.
Yeah.
Completely covered.
He looks
Why are
hot.
you-
He looks
why are
hot
you-
and sweaty. Yeah.
Are tuxedos hot? Are they
This
sexy? I
is
don't
why-
understand.
James, I think I have a feeling that this is why the chairs are all fucked up in this episode. Is because I think that they had like a runway situation.
They sure
and
did.
This shit
Yeah.
was like filmed out of order, and they cutting room floor shit. That's the only thing I can think of. But the audience had to be told to whoop for Mark. There's just no way. Like, you're gonna hurt his feelings, guys. Like, at least come on. Like, really. And then they overdid it. So
That's
That
a
poor
great.
guy.
I mean, Tony comes out looking like one of the village people for some reason, and then you get tuxedo,
Why-
and
what
then
And then
Sly is like,
Sly-
I'm just gonna wear
Why
boxer
even
shorts.
wearing? Yeah,
Yeah.
they
Yeah.
boxers that look like a diaper or something.
Yeah.
It depends. Yes, depends.
What is that?
But
Too
yeah.
sexy. Too
So-
sexy.
Then none of them win. They're immediately told to get out, and Jake goes to leave, and of course all the women fall after Jake. Lorena isn't phased at all because apparently they haven't dated in this reality. This is an alternate timeline. We branched away on
It was
episode 6. So
interstellar.
this is,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
So we jump to the hallway, and we're because Tiff made the first round of cuts that this entire school is very invested in. She is signing autographs to everybody.
Yeah. Yes.
With her coach just looking on, like she's wielding this little fucking puppet like a marionette. This coach is super toxic. So, James, I had a question, and I guess I mean for our guest too. Do you think steroids would make Tiffani a better bass player if she like channeled it?
no. I don't think so. It might make it easier for her to hold the bass, but no, I don't think. I think she's found that one note, and there's no reason to play any
That
others.
makes her a good drummer, though.
I mean, Tony's
for sure.
Tony's the best drummer that they have, but you wouldn't know it from watching this episode.
Yeah, well, she could do like one of the Slipknot extras and like hit a keg with a baseball bat,
No, Tony makes a good point. If they were in a punk rock band, yes, the steroids would definitely help.
Mm-hmm.
But here, I don't know.
Yeah,
That's
not
kinda-
so much.
How long are these?
So
how long are
here-
these? Sorry, James. How long are these tryouts going for? This seems
For a month.
Very
It's
fucking
a month.
intensive.
And it's like a whole thing at this school too. Like everyone's invested.
Is there
They
only like
love
3
their
spots
volleyball.
at each school? Is that how the national team works? Because that
No,
doesn't
there's
even
only
sound right
one
to me.
spot. There's only
this
one
like-
spot for anyone.
Oh,
So
is this school like known for its
No,
stellar volleyball?
Definitely
players?
not.
we
No.
didn't even know they had a volleyball team until
Yeah.
this episode. To be
Yeah.
honest with you,
Yeah.
He's a volleyball celebrity.
I would
But
say
here,
same as
so
Bell
we're
Dudes,
gonna
too.
we're gonna come back to that point that I was making in the beginning with why
Sure.
is this coach being so weird? And finally, her motivations are revealed.
Mhm.
The way you're playing now, you could be the first
wow.
athlete I ever
Oh.
coached to make the national team.
Fuck.
Oh, it's all
Fucking
about her, is it?
stage
So,
bomb.
so why
No
is a
pressure.
person who's never done that speaking as if like she's really driving Tiffany like she's being trained for the Olympics.
Yes,
But
that's what I
she's
thought.
never sent a single athlete there.
I don't know what she's doing.
This is a surrogate mother situation. Okay.
It is, you know, and honestly, Pete, after you broke that down, it makes a whole lot more sense.
Yeah.
This
It-
makes sense.
It would have made more sense too if the coach was the one to push the steroids on her.
Oh, I would
And
love
then
that.
the coach gets embroiled in this, gets in trouble for it or something. But, you know, because then she has like more power influence over her too, and there would be more incentive for her.
I
Anyway,
love that Sophia and Imran are like they do the thing that we do, and it's a coping mechanism because
Yes.
it's when you deal with a show kind of that's poorly done as some aspects of California Dreams is. You're like, why didn't they just do this?
You
Yeah.
know,
Why
you
didn't
know,
they make
you
it
put
better?
more effort into writing the show than the writers did.
well, you know, to be fair, we just need to do more cocaine. Like, I think if we did a lot
maybe
more
I-
cocaine,
I'm
the
fine
show
with
would
my
make a lot of
steroids.
sense.
we're
gonna
too
make that team.
But
sober.
you know, Sophia, you bring up a good point. Maybe the coach is Sly's roid hookup, and this
This is all a work.
this
Maybe the
is
coach
actually
planted
an
her, yeah.
FBI agent that's trying to bust the ring.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
That's
trying
why
to
she's
get
in the locker room, and that's why she's talking about steroids.
Yep.
It's all coded.
See, you joke about that, James, but before you were on this episode, there was an undercover FBI student that was trying to break up an illegal counterfeit ID ring.
Well,
And-
there we
and
go.
she started
Precedent
dating-
has been set.
She started dating Jake, and but Jake was 16 at the time, and they saw nothing wrong with that. And so those seeds
That
have
was on this
already been,
show?
yeah,
That's-
so seeds have already
great.
been planted. Yeah.
So I think it'd be safe to assume at this point that at least 25% of the people in this show are FBI agents.
FBI.
We can just go ahead and assume that because nothing has to make sense.
Oh, dude, it does say Quantico on her shirt and not PCH. I just saw that.
It says feds on the back. Also,
Yeah,
he makes a
exactly.
Nancy Kerrigan reference, and I found that very
Oh.
fascinating.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there
so
was a
we should
Nancy
mention that
Kerrigan.
this episode is called Tiffany's Gold, and it came out January 7th, 1995. So we like just eked into 1995.
So had the Tanya Harding thing happened
Yeah, that was
at this
92,
point?
right?
That was 92.
That was that
Okay,
was the
yeah.
Olympics. But it took me until this episode to realize that in the Latin alphabet, Tiffany ends with an I. I thought it was Y for the last 3 seasons. I've been writing it incorrectly every single time.
Oh dear.
How embarrassing! And I
You know what's
apologize.
funny? You know what's funny too about this episode is called Tiffany's Gold, and I guess it means like Tiffany going for the gold, right?
Yeah.
Hmm.
But what I think this makes me think of is what I should be calling steroids. Tiffany's
Maybe.
Gold.
Tiffany's gold. It's the
No
code
one will
word.
ever pick up that I'm asking for steroids, and it's the perfect cover. Tiffany's Gold.
So
I'm
I
looking.
do,
Do you have any Tiffany's Gold?
Let me
I
get
really need some of Tiffany's Gold right now. You know what I
I
mean?
like that.
so Sly comes in and he's like, "Guess what? I almost got us a gig. It's an interview on Good Morning, Good Morning, Good Morning." And basically, they're like, they only want to interview you if Tiff makes the team. So now there's even more incentive to do it. So,
So much pressure. So
instead
much
of her
pressure.
stopping steroids, which she promised she would do, she continues to take them. And this Tiff, she can't even mime swallowing a pill. Can you just play that real quick, James?
This is
'Cause
the
it
weirdest
is-
way I've seen anyone swallow a pill. Well,
She also just busts it out like right in the middle of the hallway. Like she's
Yeah.
not even being discreet anymore. You know.
we don't know
Yeah,
what
it
time
could
of
be
day
any
this is. I
pill.
mean,
It
they could be in Alaska.
what? You didn't eat it. You didn't even pretend to eat anything. This is like a Pete. Like, what was that?
I did have a question.
You
though.
can't do the little drop it on your palm, and then it's very simple. Pop your mouth.
You know
and then
why?
bam.
Do you know-
That's great.
Do you know why it looks so fake? Because I think she's really injecting. She's really putting straight to the needle, okay? This is just a vitamin that she's taking. So I just wanted you guys to know that like everything that Coach was saying to Tiffany about like she needs to work harder, people are relying on her. That's exactly what George does to me behind the scenes at Surf Dudes with
Yeah.
Attitude. Like I have so much pressure on me to make this podcast good. I'm gonna boil over.
What would be
Try
the
to find
steroid equivalent
steroids.
for social media?
Fucking posting on Instagram every single day. Like that is the worse than death. I hate it.
And
Um,
Adderall.
So we're gonna jump to the locker room. Again, we got to talk about
AI.
the B plot, but the two plots here actually coalesce because Sly is in the locker room trying
That's not
to
creepy.
get a fucking dick up on this stud
Yeah, it's
contest.
exceptionally creepy. It's exceptionally creepy.
So Tiff comes in though. Let's talk about
He
that.
busts out. He's peeping through the hole in the wall, and Tiff comes in. She doesn't notice
He's
that he's
looking at
there,
the male locker room,
and she's spazzing because she doesn't have any more roids. She needs some more roids. And Sly says, I'm worried about you. I don't want to get you any more roids. And she goes, that's fine. I'll get it myself, because she's getting them from the coach. And that FBI agent is gonna catch her at some point.
Why isn't that skinny FBI agent hiding in one of the lockers when this is going on?
Maybe they've got this whole place bugged. What do you mean? They don't need to hide in the lockers. They got this whole place wired up.
So Sly says he's not going to get her any more steroids, and she's like, I'm going to go get them myself. Where do you think Tiff would get them? I guess I pose this question. You guys know nothing about the show. Do you think Tiff knows somebody? Where is she going to score on the street?
I was wondering where she was going, and I wish they sold it more. I wish she'd lifted him up and dented the
crying because you feel so much for this episode.
I'm getting emotional. I can relate to this.
Maybe she has a cousin who's a pharmacist or something.
Everybody's got a creepy cousin.
George brings up a good point. It's 95. They're still selling yellow jackets.
It's true.
So you could go to the gas station.
Yeah.
What a yellow jacket.
That's like trucker speed.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah.
But she doesn't need speed. So the whole thing with Saved by the Bell
She'll take what she can get. She just lost her roid hookup, dude. She's going to take what she can get. She's got to feed the fix, man.
So Saved by the Bell did this very, very famously with the Jesse song. Oh, that one was called Jesse song. This is Tiffany's Gold. Like, it's just and that was about caffeine pills because there was the SATs or something was going on, and so this is just a carbon copy. I don't know who wore it better. I'm gonna say Tiff's rage fit at the end was actually better in my opinion, but we'll get there. Anyway, so Tiffany finally boils over and like runs away from Sly, and then we jump to the hallway, right, James? Am I getting that correct?
Yeah. Basically, she says, "I'm gonna go find my own steroids," and she goes. So then we're back in the hallway, and we're at now the final installment of the measurement of Hunky Man, whatever the fuck they're calling this shit. And the question is like, when is it good for men to be emotional, or what? I don't remember what the prompt was.
When is it okay for a man to cry?
There you go. When is it okay for a man to cry, right? So Mark takes too long. He burns his chance. Tony comes up with a manlier excuse that people didn't like. And then what did Sly's not here? Did Sly do
Sly's not there.
Sly's not
there.
That's right.
There's more important things to talk about, James. I mean,
but then Jake shows up with Fergie and is now, I guess, in a full-on relationship with her.
With this random girl, and he's like, maybe it's all right for a man to cry. And she goes,
They just
so
watched
sweet.
a movie. What movie were they coming from?
Oh, that's a great point. We usually do that. We should have figured out what movie they would go seeing in January of 1995.
That movie was so sad.
Yeah, Jake. What
was a sad
Do
movie?
you think it was Bambi?
Yeah, it doesn't say what movie. It says what they say is
the movie was really sad. So
yeah, it's just the movie was really sad and that they cried. That movie was so sad. I even saw some guys crying. I know I got choked up myself.
Oh my God, what would that
but hey,
be?
I don't see anything wrong with a guy crying
95?
if he needs.
I think it was My
to,
Girl when Macaulay Culkin gets killed by bees.
I can tell you that the big releases in the first week of January 1995 was Higher Learning, Street Fighter, Murder in the First, and Little Women. So
Street Fighter.
Little Women for sure.
definitely Street
Legends of
Fighter.
the Fall. I remember watching that in
Legends
the
of the
theater.
Fall.
You know what's
Pitt.
funny seeing Fergie on this show? You can tell she's too expensive for this show. Like everything in this show looks like it's cheap.
It's
And
weird 'cause
she
we-
does not look like she belongs in the show. She actually was supposed to go to the Saved by the Bell set, but she walked to the wrong side. And she ended up on the show.
That
That's
was
it.
7B. You're in 7A, Studio 7A. Oh, you're on the show now. Okay, so that's still Christy. That's still okay. He gets to make out with Fergie.
So
Not bad
that's
for
some
her.
continuity too, because that is the girl from the first part of this stud
Yep.
contest.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
Callback.
George, I think we should try to get Fergie on and just talk about this episode and nothing
Oh
else.
my God. We don't want to know about Black Eyed Peas.
Do you
How
think-
was California?
Who do you think has a less likely chance of coming on a podcast? Fergie on our show or Bronson Pinchot on the Dance of Joy podcast?
Fergie on our show, for sure. We're going to lose that one every time.
I think I would agree, sadly.
Yeah.
Based on where they are now.
Okay, so
Yeah. So, anyways, Sly finally shows up. He shows up and he says, "Guys, we got a problem. I've
He's all
created."
serious.
Well, he doesn't reveal that he gave her the steroids, but
Yeah.
he's like, "She's got a problem. She's got a problem, and that problem is steroids." And as if on cue, full meltdown. She comes in yelling at people who are trying to get her autograph. No more autographs. And then she comes over and I want to play it because of how stupid it is, but I also don't want to get it flagged. But she goes on the most hilarious fit of excitement and then rage by pounding on one of the lockers.
Yeah.
It's just, I really wish they would have given her steroids. Like, I would have been okay with
And
that
mustache.
if she
Danielle
wanted to go
Day-Lewis
full
over
method.
here.
Yeah,
Got it.
exactly. Full method, take the roids, because I feel like that would have sold it maybe a little better.
Maybe drink a couple of cups of coffee before the
least,
take. I don't
right,
know.
at least,
Some
you know.
espresso would have done the same thing.
But you know, alas, that's not what happened.
she's
So
gone
then-
for it. You should know that this is like we did see her get abandoned by her mother twice. But this is like the most range that we've seen from Tiffany in this entire show up till now.
Yeah.
like she.
I mean, I
she
was
really
expecting
goes
it.
for it.
I've been expecting this for a while.
You
I've
have.
been expecting it.
That was
The-
like a love tap on the locker.
This is Baywatch material. You're watching it happen here.
I mean, this is
okay.
why somebody saw this and put her in Baywatch for 2 whole seasons.
Yes.
So right, basically at the end of this, Jake kind of
knows.
He
figures
figures
out
it out.
that Sly was the one who gave her
I
the
pose a
steroids.
question
Okay.
to my fellow hosts and guests on this episode: was Sly getting a cut of this steroid purchase?
Oh, maybe he's double dipping or skimming some off the top.
What do you think?
He's
getting
cutting it with baking
10%
soda?
as a manager. He
Yeah.
is. That's his only way to
I
do it.
wouldn't
I mean,
throw it past him.
No,
Yeah.
yeah. Well, he was invested as manager. He needs her on the team so that
But
they can
Sly-
go well.
Sly is on steroids himself too. Like, is that what we're trying to garner? Like, he knows a guy because look at him. All
How
in
did
the room.
Jake figure
I
it
know
out?
he's got no body fat.
We did
That's a
interview
few
him and
questions.
we got a chance to ask, like, what was your regimen? And he was like, drugs, lots of drugs. But then he was like, I'm kidding. He was like, he really didn't answer it outside of that. So I'm going to have to say that this episode was really an intervention to get him to stop eating steroids.
That's meta.
How did Jake figure it out? They never explained. He
He's a
just
bad boy.
I-
Jake's the cool one.
Jake's the street smart. He's the street smart. So he was able to put like, what kind of scumbag would have given her steroids? And
Yeah.
I mean,
They're
he
Sly, you know.
slipped and Sly almost said it. Right?
Yeah.
All awkwardly.
I
He's
thought that
like,
was gonna
"Because
go
I'm
on
the what?"
longer.
No.
But they figured it out, and they kind of put a pin in that. That's great. Wow.
so then we're back at Sharky's
Mhm.
because Tiffany has made the cut.
Yeah.
Yay.
And you know, she's made the cut and she's excited for this new adventure. And this is a dream that she's wanted her whole life, but only talked about in this episode. So she's accomplished this major life event. Her mom's still not there.
No.
And it's about to really, really peak. So she's confused why her friends aren't excited for her.
They're
It's
giving her the
because
silent treatment. They're like really pouting about this too.
They all know, and she's got a problem, and they're trying to help, and she's not having it. and I really want to watch her meltdown again.
She's
It
like
is
gaslighting
fucking
Sly. She's trying to gaslight them.
No,
So
but
he's
good
like,
for
Sly,
her.
why would you say that?
She calls them all out on the pressure they put on her.
Yeah. Look, this is what I thought. First of
Rightfully
all,
so.
Jesse
Your
Spano.
fault.
Jesse Spano's breakdown was great, but it was in private, right? And
Mhm.
and she's singing "I'm so excited,"
It's nothing
and Zach
private.
Morris has. This is a very public breakdown.
Oh,
So
yeah.
I'll give him credit for that. But when she finally loses it and she yells at him, part of me is actually on Tiff's side. Like, it is your fault. You wanted me to win. I won. I brought it home. What else? I did what I needed to do.
You know about my abandonment issues, and you
Yes.
manipulated it for your
Why
own
are you
personal
pushing
gain.
me? What did you think was going to happen? I'm on her side. Everyone else was really shitty to her. It's not her fault.
Did she get taller though? Did the roids work? Did she actually get taller?
Her arms are still skinny.
Yeah, yeah.
But maybe they're longer. I feel like they're a little bit longer.
They're
But
Just
he-
the arm.
They're
this-
still
this-
toothpick
This
arms.
is just
need help. I need new friends.
That's why there's so much extra room there.
What am I doing?
Part of me wanted her to just beat everyone up in the restaurant right
Would've
Flip
been
there.
the
sick.
table.
Just
would've
a,
been sick.
a brawl.
Like real Roadhouse shit. Yeah.
Yes.
You guys
Be
don't-
nice.
That
You-
is just
You're
chef's kiss.
not privy to this, but this is what the band does constantly. Like they break up, they like have these huge meltdowns in public, and everybody else just has to put up with their shit. They do this
They're
on
all
stage
pretty
constantly.
unstable. Yeah, they're all pretty unstable now that we're talking about it.
Mhm.
So then in a stunning jump, a huge lack of continuity. We're weeks in the future.
He says 2
28
days. I've been trying to read you.
There, yeah. She shows up at band practice. I thought we were gonna get a song. I'm not gonna lie. I was
dude.
like, well, here we go. All
I know.
right, all that was worth it. We're gonna be reunited through the harmony of music.
I thought
And
they were
we
going to
don't-
sing a song about rehab or something. It would have been great.
Didn't they say something like,
A new hit called Roid Rage.
It would have been a perfect opportunity.
didn't they say something like, "Oh, Tiffany, I couldn't get a hold of you the last couple of days." So
Yeah,
I don't know how long it's been, but
They did.
so her dad took her to some kind of therapy. I say it's a
Yep.
30-day
Counseling.
inpatient program.
Yeah,
that-
was it
that she
rehab?
went
Was she
through.
in
3
rehab?
days.
But if it was 3
been like 3
days,
days.
that means they've already replaced it on base with Mark at the helm. Okay, then that would make me boil over with rage. But
Oh.
not only did she turn down the interview for this, that would have
Mark
really helped
has
the
the
band
base
out.
there.
She quit the
Yeah.
fucking team.
He didn't turn down the interview. They canceled it.
That's horseshit. That's so stupid. I'd be so pissed if I went through all
Yeah.
that and I jabbed fucking steroids into my ass and then my band just fucking canceled it.
Yeah. I mean, kind of. Yeah. Like, why let all that work go to
Yeah.
waste? You know? Like, we've come so far. Like, we might as well just see it out.
Um,
I do love the sweater over the shoulder that he's rocking.
You
there.
also
Nice
realize Mark is playing the bass. He's got
yeah,
that
he's
bass.
got the bass. That's Tiffany's instrument.
Yeah.
yeah.
What are
I
you doing?
mean, in
But
Well, they
theory.
didn't know where she was.
But
She was in
she's-
rehab.
She's on recovery. Yeah,
Oh,
she's
really?
recovering.
Yeah, there's no
This
phones
is
for
the Betty
them.
Davis
And,
Center.
They
You
all
know,
apologize.
everyone apologizes. Everyone hugs. It's a really
So
sweet
this is what I
moment.
love about the 90s and the 80s is you can develop a serious drug addiction and kick it in 22 minutes and just end up back at square one.
It was a
That's
simpler
fantasy.
time. Yeah, it was a
Yes, this
simpler
is the
time.
kind of idealism we need again these days. I don't need you to stretch out an addiction over 12 episodes. Just
Wait.
nip it in the bud. Let's move on there.
So, regarding that text at the end, was there really like a steroid epidemic among high school students in the 90s?
I guess
I
so.
don't
I mean,
remember
They
that.
would never lie to us,
Wouldn't
Sophia.
wouldn't be surprised if that were the case.
Apparently, it's a huge problem now on TikTok. There's so many TikTok influencers that are like pumping trend, and then they're in their teens and they're destroying their bodies. So this show
Oh,
might
wow.
have been onto something 30 years ago.
Mm.
Yeah, or turn kids on to steroids.
That's
Like,
true.
That's what I'm
The
saying.
opposite
Because I
effect.
don't
That's
remember.
exactly what I'm
look
saying.
at Tony. Look at Spy.
Like, well,
yes. How do you get that body at
Pete,
16?
like
Get outta
Pete
here.
didn't know about steroids at all. So
That's why I
was this
started
an
to,
anti-steroids
That's
thing,
be-
or was it?
be-
Were they trying to get kids hooked on steroids?
It's
I
like
don't
how
know.
the DARE program just taught you all the street names.
Exactly.
for
Here's
all
how
the
you do the
drugs,
drugs.
So
Yeah.
you know how
Here's
to
what
go
you
find
call
them.
Wait till you're
Yeah.
in the locker room and then somebody's going to come in and be like, yo, have you heard of this awesome new drug
Yeah.
called steroids? It's really going to give you an edge,
It's
Tiffany.
important that you say yes.
Well, I mean, that's the end of that episode. We had like a little thing at the end, as Sophia was saying, that just, letting you know. Every show had to do it contractually. They had to tell us, a statistic about what was going on in the world, about what we had just seen. So we made it. We made it to the end of the third season. We all did
Wow.
it. And I want to just congratulate you guys. I got us a cake. I do this every year.
Oh, no way. Use the real
I
cake
got
there.
a
Look at
cake.
that.
Hey.
Hang on. And it says steroids on it. Okay.
There's a huge needle.
You have a
Whoa.
Is it made of steroids? There's a big
Wow, you
steroid
have
on it.
That's
to go
incredible.
out.
Shop and they're like, what do you want written on there? And I was
Whoever
like,
made
"Just
that
let me
cake
write
must
it
have
down
had
for
fun.
you."
Yeah.
So
That's wonderful.
Imran, you never
there's
got
little
us a
pills on
cake.
there and everything.
I need to make a dance of a perfect stranger's cake. That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's
That is
fantastic.
I had to go and
amazing.
find Mike and Ike's because they're the only ones that look like pills. So
Yeah.
I'm eating this by myself.
Where'd you find that giant joke
I had to,
syringe?
I had to get my partner had to get me this thing. I was going to go to a cooking supplies store to go and grab
Oh,
it, but
for
luckily we had
goodness
one here. So,
Oh,
It's a
and
giant
these
baster.
little things, they're veins. Okay. So I had to get
Mm.
some little twisty ties or some vines.
Bane,
really
like
went
the
all out.
Batman villain, like
That's
the jacked up
amazing.
Batman
No,
villain.
like veins that you pump
Oh,
steroids
veins.
Oh,
into.
they're
Okay.
veins.
veins.
Whoa.
They're red
That's
vines.
better than the Tom Cruise cake he
Amazing.
sends out on people's
So
birthdays.
that's every year we do a cake when we end the season, and we're really glad to have you all here. So if this was like your first episode or your first dislodged episode, what did you think? And would you recommend the show? And how does it compare to Perfect Strangers?
Well, I thought it was very interesting in the YouTube comments how many people considered this like the best episode
You
of
say that all the
the
time.
show is what kept coming up. And I was like, whoa, wow. But it was, I mean, I had a good time because I kind of remembered the show and it's so ridiculous.
Mhm.
So how would this
But,
have gone if Balky were the one that were doing steroids?
Yeah.
Oh,
Mama is
Well-
not like that.
yeah, they definitely would have. He would have grown a mustache or something in like 2 days. And
What would he would have mangled the phrase? What would the pun be? He'd be like, cousin, I have broid rage or something.
Yeah.
He would just come up with something silly and screw it up. But I don't know. I think Balky getting hooked on drugs, that's a good one. They never did that. They never had a
Keeps
No,
always
but
right.
they
special
had like Larry going nuts on gambling, and they had like the 2 different cold remedy ones.
See, I could see Larry getting hooked on like speed pills. or
Yeah,
something.
for
Tell
sure.
you about-
He has a
tell
big
you-
deadline
tell you that
coming up or
much.
something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Walpole and Mushmouth are just very hard
Yeah.
on him, and
Yeah.
he's gonna get this story in. But
Well, I mean,
cousin, you gotta stop taking the drugs.
this whole season's been kind of a roller coaster for George, James, and I to go on. Like it's gone so many different ways. And I remember in the beginning when James like came on as a full-time host, he had a lot of hopes, a lot of optimism for this. And we might do like a wrap up. But James, just briefly, like what are you feeling? It took us to new heights and definitely new lows, did it?
Yeah. I've had fun. This has been fun. This is a difficult show to watch and take seriously, but also this is from like an era of TV that wasn't meant to be serious. It was just like a way to capture the eyes of the youth. And
But this is a serious episode. This is a very serious episode.
It is, but like there's so many things wrong with it. It just and this like this is basically every episode of the show. Like there's just too many of these things that don't make sense. It's hard for me to even concentrate on like what is happening because I'm like, what? I'm trying to like do the math. There's like math equations like flying around my head, and I can't figure it out. And I don't know. This this show is something else, man. I didn't, but also like as a kid, I didn't like Saved by the Bell. I didn't even watch Saved by the Bell.
Oh,
So that wasn't a thing that I was like. I remember seeing some episodes, or maybe my sister watching it, but I was never, I was never like connected to.
So would
TV
you say
shows.
this show like has made you realize what it's like to be a child again?
It's allowed me to relive the innocence of the 90s.
Okay.
It was a simpler time. Okay, everything was simpler. Everything
Yeah.
was simpler. There was
You could
hope.
You could just get
There was hope.
steroids
There
were
was
really
so much
cheap.
hope.
It
There
was
was so
easy
much
to get.
hope. There was so much hope. There were like boardrooms of executives doing cocaine, just like we can make shows about anything. How about a kid?
Yeah.
Kids do this, and then we just change their names, and then the kids do that
Yeah.
again. It's whole other show.
Mhm.
Like it was.
yeah.
Just,
They're like Saved by the Bell. People like it. We need to fill the next 30 minutes. Just do it over.
duplicate it.
Yes.
Duplicate this entire thing.
Yeah.
Like so, I don't know. Like there's just elements of it that are funny.
Why mess was a
Talking-
good thing?
Well, that's it. That you're right. That is the corporate mindset, and that's again, that's like definitely during that era TV, and again, I just don't. I don't know. I don't know if there are any shows, even like Nickelodeon cartoons. Maybe SpongeBob. SpongeBob is the only show that I remember like watching
Oh no.
episode after episode. But I didn't watch everything, and I couldn't tell you what it was. I don't know.
Guys, I got some bad news. That I just got some breaking news. This episode and parts of it we're gonna see very shortly. This episode is featured in a clip show episode that's like the first part of season 4. Where-
Unbelievable. You see what I'm saying? Do you see what I'm saying? It's like I would rather just watch a movie or read a book.
Yeah.
They've already doing a clip show in the fourth
Yeah,
season.
so
They've
I guess
run
Sly
out of
gets put
things.
on trial for being a creep, and then they bring up all this past evidence. I don't know who was filming all this
Oh.
stuff,
Oh,
but
Oh, he sold
the
drugs.
FBI.
yeah.
Yeah. He was
Oh,
drug
yeah.
dealing.
Yeah.
Oh.
So
They've got this whole place wired up. I knew it.
Sophia kind of knows. We kind of try to guess the plot of the next episode, and so this is going to be season 4. So this is like far in the future. But y'all are both here. George, do you want to tell them what the first episode of season 4 is called, and see if they can both guess exactly what it's going to be about based on the title alone?
Season 4, episode 1 is called Too Much.
That's spelled 2 and 2.
TWOTOO.
Too much.
Too
Too
much.
Too much. Are there twins? Is there some kind of twin sibling?
much.
Too much.
I think they
There's
make a
another
double mint
thing.
commercial.
That could be it. Too much.
Too much.
No
So
way,
vague.
dude.
Or a set
no
of hot-
way.
A set of hot twins shows up at the school.
Hot twins is good, or if there's clones.
That's a good.
They're cloning people.
Yes.
What's going on, James?
Turns
Did
into
you
a
cheat?
sci-fi show.
So
Is that it?
We usually give this to James, but you two are going to get it this week. But James, do you want to tell us what the next plot is going to be about? Because
Oh my
someone
God.
seems to be brimming with rage themselves.
I would love to, okay? Just as I finished a tirade about the stunning lack of continuity on this show,
Yeah.
just as I finished an hour-long rant about how it doesn't make sense why this episode is occurring, why are there so many things that don't make contextual sense? Season 4, Episode 1, Too Much, Jake realizes that he and Tiffani still have feelings for each other, which seriously complicates his relationship with Lorena. Meanwhile, Tony, Sly, and Mark take up ballet classes to get closer to women, but to his surprise, Tony ends up enjoying it. So we went from an
What?
entire
Oh,
season of Lorena and Jake being a couple and Sam and Tony being a couple to this episode, which none of those things are the case. It's a completely different fugue state, alternate timeline, and then the first episode of the next season, they refer back to a relationship that they've talked even less about since it happened. Jake
Wow.
and Tiffani. It just what?
And they make
You
the
have
title
to
a double
be-
entendre.
You have to be
Yeah.
doing
Yeah.
cocaine. Like a boardroom full of executives doing cocaine thought this was a good idea.
What happened to Fergie? They clearly couldn't afford her anymore.
Yeah. Oh no. Well,
He
outside
was
the
way
budget.
too
Yeah.
expensive. Yeah.
Maybe
For
Will
sure.
I Am is in the next episode. I don't know.
Sure.
How
We can
many of the
only
Black
hope.
Eyed Peas show up on this show?
We can only
Well,
hope.
that's a lot to look forward to. That is going to be the first.
That is
first
enraging.
episode of the
I'm
next season.
enraged.
Already
I feel
hot
like
off the
Tiffany.
handle. I'm looking at this fucking thumbnail though, and it's Jake and Lorena in some kind of black and white "I Love Lucy" situation. So we're
Oh.
getting a dream sequence in the next episode. That makes me want to quit this podcast altogether.
God damn it! Now I have to watch this. Why did you do this to me?
You
Well,
can't quit. You
it's
better bring it.
killing
You
me.
better
I'm
get
gonna
better
watch-
next episode.
Gonna marathon watch.
Yeah, no. Look,
California
if you really want the pain to start, watch just a couple episodes before this one. This
Okay.
one you've seen, and then the
okay.
next one after that, and tell me you don't want to stab somebody.
God damn! I might have to do that because I hate myself.
I mean,
think
you
I
guys
might
are
have to do that.
you're done with Perfect Strangers. You said you were looking for the next show. You said the Cosby Show was not going to be it. I mean, this is perfect. Just hop
Yeah.
on board.
Boy.
Well,
Uh,
congratulations on making it more than
Yeah,
halfway
end of
through
season.
your show.
Yeah,
Thank
we
you.
got
That
2
means a
more
lot.
seasons.
Thank you, because you two
You-
have
you
been
gonna make
through
it.
it.
We
You
have
did-
been through it.
You did 8 seasons together, right? Is that correct? 8 seasons, right? Even though the
Yep.
last season
Yeah.
was pretty short, but still, I'm counting it.
Yeah.
8 seasons hiding it from your mother.
Imran doesn't know that came up on our Gilmore Girls discussion last week because it was about we were talking about Lane Kim's mother not knowing she was into rock music and all that stuff. And they were like, "What does
yeah.
your mom think about your podcast?" I'm like, "What podcast?"
Listen, I'm not going to just now explain what a podcast is to this
Exactly,
late
that
70s
is-
You need to
woman.
burn
then just
every
why.
episode onto a CD and gift it to her for
Yes.
Christmas.
No, hide it in the floorboard.
So that is going to do it for us here at Surf Dudes with Attitude. Thank you everybody for listening. Season 3 in the bag. Please contact us at surfdudeswithattitude@gmail.com. Please like and subscribe on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and follow us on Spotify. Imran, Sophia, thank you so much for coming back. Have a great holiday. I don't know. I get emotional at the end of each season because we fucking did it. Because there's, like we said
Yeah.
before, there's so many podcasts that start this and they fucking teeter off and they don't care because it's very hard to get people to fucking care and listen. But
Keep
here we
going.
are when we're doing it and we're over the mountain. So like, I'm really excited to come back. We've got some fun stuff planned for in between the season. We're going to put out some really killer fucking episodes and some interviews that we've done that we're really excited about. But I guess until then, this is Pete from New York City. Everybody, don't take drugs, okay?
This has been a Winning Moon production.